Today, Movie Summary is bringing you a film recap, a top-tier zombie apocalypse story, often ranked among the best of all time. A deadly outbreak explodes. New York turns into a silent city, as quiet as viewers who watch but don't hit like. Only the occasional birdsong breaks the stillness, barely keeping the city from feeling totally dead. Suddenly, an engine roars in the distance. Robert Neville weaves his car through the empty streets. He seems to be the last man alive. And by his side is his German shepherd, Sam. 3 years earlier, a genetically re-engineered measles virus spread through the city. It infected people at a terrifying speed. And in just 3 years, New York became a ghost town. No one knew where it truly started, and no one knew when it would end. Neville prayed it would be over soon. But first he had to fill his stomach. The noise from his car quickly startles a herd of deer. The moment he spots the prey, Neville whips the car around. He floors it and gives chase. He chases them in circles through the city. They're exhausted. But against a Ferrari like this, only legendary runners would have a chance to escape. But the second he raises his gun, the deer bolt into a tunnel. He has to race to the other entrance instead, continuing the hunt in a full-on chase. Then the deer run into a road packed with abandoned cars. The meal is right there and still slips away. With no choice, Neville goes in on foot to track them. He finally catches sight of the deer. He creeps closer in silence, and the deer has no idea danger is coming. He's already picturing dinner, when a lioness bursts in and steals his kill. Then more lions step out behind her, ready to feast. Neville checks the time. Empty-handed, he has to head home. Because the infected didn't disappear, a huge number of them survived, but changed into monsters. They hide during the day, and every time Neville gets home, he sprays disinfectant to mask his scent at the door. No hunt, no fresh meat. So dinner is canned food again. After eating, Neville bathes Sam. And right then, his alarm clock suddenly blares. Neville snaps out of his daze. Sam barks urgently to wake him up. Neville regains focus and rushes to lock every door inside. When night falls over the city, the mutants, the Darkseekers, start their night hunt. Their growls and screams drag Neville back into painful memories. He used to be a military scientist. When the outbreak hit, the army reassigned him immediately. Then New York was quarantined. To search for a cure, Neville chose to stay and keep working. But to protect his family, he had to get his wife and child out. Once the panic spread, people flooded the streets trying to escape, causing massive gridlock. Everyone was screened to see who was infected. Because of Neville's clearance, his family was pushed to the front. They made it through and finally got out. But then, not long after they boarded the helicopter, disaster struck. The military blew up a bridge, cutting off the evacuation routes. Riots erupted, a helicopter spun out, and crashed into the aircraft carrying Neville's family. At sunrise, Neville starts another day with training. It's become his daily routine. Stay strong, so he can survive whatever comes. And of course, Sam trains too. After that, Neville heads down to the basement. This is his lab, where he studies the outbreak, searching for antibodies. For years, he's never stopped researching. After logging the day's test, he pulls back the curtain. Subject 391 failed again. Not only did he run out of serum, it even killed several hosts. But then he notices one host. Its vitals are improving across the board. It looks like the serum is actually working. To confirm the effect, Neville plans to test on a human next. He grabs the gear he needs and takes Sam to a convenience store. Like always, just to fight the loneliness, he even props up mannequins and pretends he's having conversations with them. But every word is just him lying to himself. Using marks on his map, Neville searches the next set of houses. He finds a few useful things and is about to leave, when suddenly he passes a child's bedroom. Thinking of his lost family, he can't help but ache inside. At the pier, Neville broadcasts to the outside world again, as usual, hoping another survivor might hear him. He stays there for a while, waiting for a reply just to kill time. He even hits golf balls off a fighter jet wing. Then Sam spots prey in the distance. Neville raises his rifle and checks through binoculars. It's a deer. He immediately chases after it, but Sam runs too far ahead and follows the deer straight into a building. And you have to know, in a dark building like that, there are Darkseekers everywhere. To save Sam, Neville risks going inside. He searches through the pitch-black rooms. Every step has to be careful. All around him, the growls echo like death is right beside him. Terrified, he covers his flashlight with his hand, waiting until it's quiet before moving again. Then, blood on the stairs catches his eye. He follows the trail upward. Thankfully, it's only the deer from before. Looks like it became a snack for the monsters. The Darkseekers are getting closer and closer. They're not far away at all. And a nightmare scene hits him. Neville quickly dims the light and backs up slowly, but he accidentally steps on a dry branch. He freezes instantly, afraid to alert them. At last, he finds Sam on the second floor. But the Darkseekers spot them too. Neville fires immediately, and they sprint out like crazy. As the monsters lunge, he jumps straight out a second-floor window. One Darkseeker leaps after him, but under the burn of UV light, it turns to dust in seconds. After that, Neville starts setting traps. Once everything is in place, he draws a vial of his own blood and smashes it to use as bait. Not long after, one Darkseeker gets caught, but another one charges out, ignoring the light, then retreats when it can't reach him. Neville drags the captured Darkseeker back to his lab. The test subject is female. It takes 6 doses of sedative just to calm her down. Every reading screams infected. Then, Neville injects his latest serum into her body. Her vitals stabilize for a moment. But 1 second later, she goes berserk, and in a blink, she flatlines. Even after injecting the neutralizer, she wakes back up again, meaning the experiment still failed. Neville is crushed. He still hasn't found a cure. But this run confirms one thing: his body is immune, even after direct contact with the infected. But dogs, they're only immune to airborne infection, so even though Neville is immune, he can't simply transfer that resistance to the infected. Over time, he feels like he's losing the ability to talk to anyone. The next day, Neville goes back to the broadcast station, hoping that besides him, someone else in the world is still alive. On the way to the store, he notices a mannequin in the street. He can't believe his eyes, so he drives right up to inspect it closely. Crushed by loneliness, Neville breaks down, screaming at the mannequin, even firing his gun at it. Only then does he feel like he's finally let it all out. He walks closer, but in a split second, he steps into a trap hidden in a puddle. A moment later, he's hoisted upside down and blacks out. When the alarm jolts him awake, night is already creeping in. Neville struggles free, but when he cuts the rope and drops, a knife stabs into his thigh. With the sun about to set, he crawls desperately toward his car. Darkseekers burst out, but the last strip of sunlight holds them back. For now, they can't reach him. But as Neville and Sam race the clock, the sun finally disappears, and they swarm in. Sam gets bitten. After wiping them out, Neville rushes Sam home. He tries the 391 serum again, praying for a miracle. But Sam still gets infected, and Neville is forced to end her suffering. After losing Sam, Neville falls into a pit of despair. The fear of loneliness swallows him whole. He can't keep living like this, so he goes after the Darkseekers for revenge. He lays traps in the street and waits for them to come. Neville drives straight through, but there are too many of them. In no time, Neville is surrounded under the leader's command. The Alpha Darkseeker flips his car over. Just when he's out of options, a blinding UV light drives them back. With Anna's help, the unconscious Neville is taken somewhere safe. The next morning, he wakes up and cautiously heads downstairs with a weapon. He can't believe what he's seeing, and his reaction scares Anna and her son. Neville quickly lowers the gun, showing he means no harm. Anna brings him food. Turns out she heard his radio broadcast, so she waited along the highway. She says there's a survivor colony in Vermont, a real safe zone, with lots of people still alive. Neville doesn't believe her. He's so stubborn, he even knocks the food away in protest. He insists everyone is dead. Realizing he scared them, Neville goes upstairs alone to cool off. Once he calms down, he comes back to Anna and asks what really happened. After the outbreak, Anna tried to reach a rescue camp by ship, but before they could even set sail, they crashed. Someone found them on the shore, and among them, 5 people were immune. Neville still can't believe it. Anna maps out the route to Vermont, but Neville refuses to leave. He has to stay and finish the cure. When she brings up his injured leg, Neville takes Anna to where the trap was set. He can't understand how the infected could set a trap. Their brains should be gone. Driven only by bloodlust, Anna wonders, what if they're evolving? While swimming, Anna's son says the water is freezing. That sparks an idea in Neville's mind. If he chills an infected body, lowering its temperature, maybe the cure will work better. Seeing a wall covered in test photos, Anna can't help but be amazed. It's obvious. Neville poured his whole life into this. As night falls, Neville locks everything down again. Anna keeps begging him to come with them, but Neville still won't believe the safe zone is real. He asks how she can be so sure. Anna stands firm. saying God showed her the way. Neville doesn't buy a single word of it. When the outbreak began, the world had 6 billion people, and 5.4 billion died from the virus. Only a little over 10 million survived, and over 500 million turned into Darkseekers. With them hunting non-stop, everyone else was wiped out. Anna has no comeback. And right then, movement outside grabs Neville's attention. The Darkseekers have tracked them here. Neville detonates explosives outside, killing many, but it still can't stop them completely. He rushes upstairs to find Anna. Blood on the window sends him into panic. Suddenly, the Alpha attacks Neville, choking him. In the struggle, Neville grabs a screwdriver and stabs it. Then he's thrown down a level. Neville snatches his gun by the door and unloads, forcing the Alpha to flee. In a blink, it vanishes. Neville turns back to find them and sees Anna and her son hiding under the bed. On the ceiling, a Darkseeker is clawing through the wall. Neville grabs the gun by the bed and takes it down. But the Alpha didn't leave. It's still out there. With its signal, more and more Darkseekers swarm the house. With everything collapsing, Neville leads them to the lab basement. And right then, Anna notices the female test subject is changing. The serum might actually be working, but the Alpha arrives with a whole pack behind it. Neville locks the glass door tight and keeps telling them this can cure the infection. The Alpha pounds the glass again and again. Cracks start spreading. Then it draws a butterfly symbol on the glass. Neville instantly understands, so that's it. The infected haven't lost their feelings. Neville lowers his gun to make peace. Slowly, he pulls out the syringe. The female test subject begins to wake. For Anna and her son's safety, Neville pushes the female outside. Once the Alpha has its mate back, it calms down. Other Darkseekers try to attack Neville, but the Alpha keeps them in check. Neville manages to retrieve the syringe safely. After injecting the cure serum, she comes back to life immediately. And the Alpha keeps its word. Once its mate is safe, it stops fighting. It lets Neville go, and that's the end. Neville, Anna, and her son set off toward the safe colony, but whether that place truly exists, no one really knows. Guess we'll have to wait for part 2. This was your movie summary recap. See you in the next video. Bye! If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and support the channel.